Hi, everybody. Welcome to Parlour Tea.
Hi, how are you?
John's making me laugh on the sidelines.
Yeah.
He's the bad kid. He's the bad kid that gets me in trouble. It's true.
That's not a bad thing, is it?
No, but I'm so excited for our...
Oh, thrilled.
I'm so excited for our guest tonight. So we have Mallory B White from the Dark Amethyst Moon. She does a lot of amazing pieces of jewelry. As you can, oh, it's being blocked. There you go.
Love it.
Absolutely love it.
I love her. I love her wife. I love them both.
We're big fans.
Big. Just like Genevieve became one of my besties. Mallory is one of my besties too.
So let's bring
yeah.
her on.
Yes.
Instead of talking about her, let's talk to her.
Right.
Hi, Mallory.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hi.
We were just saying how
much we love you.
How much we love you.
And it's not just
I love you guys too.
It's not just because you make pretty jewelry. Although
that's
it doesn't
okay.
hurt.
No, doesn't hurt.
So before we get into that, I just want to show everybody, if you look down at the bottom of the screen, we've got a ticker going that has the Dark Amethyst Moon website. That is Mallory's website. But why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do?
So I make jewelry, but what I would like to think is, slightly different than other jewelry, aside from the fact that I kind of specialize in really big statement pieces. So, small stuff, dainty stuff's not my cup of tea always. I like jewelry that kind of commands a presence and commands energy. I'm really big on working with the energy of the crystals and kind of harmonizing different stones together for very specific intentions. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the times, to be honest with you, like I am not always present when I make the pieces. It's really channeling the energy from the crystals to kind of create what they're supposed to become. So I would like to think that's why I'm different, is that I really am very deep into the energy work of the crystals.
It makes it more special, I think.
Oh, I agree. I mean, I feel, getting to know you and understanding what the crystals are and being fascinated by big statement pieces.
Oh, yeah.
John likes the big shiny things.
Yes, if it's, you can pay someone to hold your hand up because that's how big I like that. But I definitely get the vibe and the understanding of the harmonizing of the stones and the pieces, and it sort of picks itself, just like some pieces pick the person who's going to be the owner to it.
Absolutely. So, I absolutely believe that.
Yeah, and you can feel the energy in these pieces too. You can see the energy.
Thank you.
It's funny, like you mentioned, like that somebody needs to be the owner. The piece that you made with the beloved pin that we have here at the shop, that piece was meant for me.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm so glad that you have that one. It makes me really happy.
Me too. But I have some of your pieces here because we do sell Mallory's jewelry here. So I wanted to just show this one because this one's calling to me quite a bit.
The shape of that one is absolutely beautiful, especially in person because it's a wider cut, which you usually don't see too often on crystal points. And that's a smoky quartz, so it's super good for like grounding and protection. That's one of my favorite pieces I've made.
Every piece of yours is favorite remade.
How many pieces do you have now? Like
I don't know.
700?
More than me. He has more than me for sure.
I laugh. 7. I have 7.
I laugh because the funny thing is that whenever she shows me something, I'm like, why is that not mine? But this is gorgeous too. Just so you know, like me and Mallory and Sati met at another store that I had over in New Hope that unfortunately I'm not a part of anymore. I'm really fully here. But the best part is that I had the opportunity to meet Genevieve and meet Sati and Mallory, and then we hit it off. Like me and Sati were like hitting it off, like we were like
Trouble.
Oh,
two peas in a
absolutely.
pod, which is great.
Absolutely.
But Mallory, I I love jewelry, and I do, and now Mallory does. I can go jewelry shopping nonstop all the time.
We know.
Oh yeah, I know that.
I think many things are art, and art are many things. So
Absolutely.
with keeping with the whole momentum of the witch in the art, this is art. This is art.
Oh, it's exquisite art.
Oh, it's wearable art.
It
Absolutely.
is, but it's also you can feel the vibrations. You can feel the, what do you call it? Wearing this makes you feel regal and feels beautiful, no matter if you're a male or a female. There is power in your jewelry that I haven't felt at all in anyone that I've ever seen before. And I'm not just saying that just because friends and that kind of thing.
No, I appreciate
I'm
that.
saying it because it's true. It's absolutely true.
There's days when I'm coming to the shop, I'm like, okay, which piece is speaking to me today?
I do the same thing. I sit there and I go,
which girl wants to come out today?
Oh, that makes me so happy.
Because each of them, I think, because I have a lot of very different pieces, and each one has like a different each one has a different voice.
Yep.
It makes sense.
I agree with you.
Which part of my personality is going to be highlighted today by this piece?
There are pieces that make you feel very studious and sort of like upright.
Is that what you wear to New Moon Academy class?
Well, the funny thing is that we went and had we had a class, and we were like, I'm like, oh, and they go, oh yeah, this is Mallory's, and then I'm wearing Mallory's too. So it's like,
aww.
You have all these people wearing it from like Lulu and Melinda.
It's all, it's like all of the
Karen. So it's just very funny that
all of the students all have pieces.
That's amazing. That makes my day. It truly makes me so happy.
Good. It should, because it's amazing. It's amazing stuff. Before we get more into the jewelry, I just want to mention really quick that we have been lucky enough to feature Mallory as a guest instructor here too.
Absolutely. One of our favorites, one of our great facilitators from, like, you are very good at speaking at a level of that people get it. But that's the same thing with Genevieve, with New Moon Academy, and April and Sarah. We really put people in there that is a representation of who we are as a store.
Yeah.
But you are excellent at what you do, not just with the jewelry, but how you communicate with other people. So that's amazing. And
Thank you.
Talented.
Yes.
My throat chakra is balanced.
Yeah. Oh, excellent. Excellent. Back to the pretties. Here's another beautiful piece. Can you see that one? Can you tell us about that one?
So that is a malachite and an Aurora opal quartz doublé. And so a doublé is when a lapidary artist, those are the people that make the smaller, like pendant-like stones, the cabochons, where they take them and cut them equally and fuse them together. So you get kind of the best of both worlds. And malachite is an excellent stone for healing the heart chakra, really good for transformation. And it really has a way of strongly removing obstacles in the way of where you're supposed to go. And so the quartz there is going to amplify that energy. So that's truly for somebody who knows what they want to do and what they should do, but they're having a problem kind of doing it. And that's going to really give them the motivation and like the driving force. And it's really good for manifesting. So whatever it is that you really like your heart wants, because it's a heart stone, it's going to help you manifest that.
So there's like stories. He just says he's keeping that one.
Well, I mean,
There's
the thing is,
stories.
when we meet, she
Yeah.
comes, she presents these amazing pieces, and every one of them you're like, it's like I put 2 piles. I do. She
One
knows
for the
I put 2
store.
piles, and then she'll be like, "Oh, what's this pile? That's my pile." That's mine. So, but yeah,
But I love that they all have an intention and they have a purpose, because they're beyond being a beautiful statement piece.
Thank you.
They really are. This one's another one. I have one similar. John will show you one.
Labradorite.
Oh, is that the Labradorite? Oh, I love
It's
Labradorite.
beautiful. So,
What do you love about Labradorite?
Oh, you know, they're all known for being really flashy. Well, at least the ones that I use. I don't want to get on a high horse, but I handpick all of my labs by hand because I just need to like feel the energy. I want them to be aesthetically beautiful as well. And Labradorite is just, they never really look the same, even if you think they do. And that's another it's called the Stone of Transformation. I really love transformative stones because transformation doesn't always have to be a huge life event, but it could be honing in on certain things that you want to do. And a stone like that is going to help you do it. And Labradorite also is super protective. It has a habit of kind of reflecting the energy of whoever is around you, whether that's a negative person, a positive person, great energy, not so great energy, and it's going to reflect it back to them. So it's kind of like a karmic stone too.
So let me just ask you real quick on that too. We're talking a little bit about the energy of the stones. Do you think that people need to know what that stone means to get the benefit from it?
I don't think so. Let's say if they do know it, they're going to further enhance their intention. But if they don't, the crystal is going to kind of work a little bit in the background for them. And a lot of the time, whether you realize it or not, you kind of figure out what the stone is doing because you notice those changes, even if they're subtle.
I mean, there's not much subtle about this beautiful Labradorite.
There's nothing subtle about that one. The Bone Queen that one is just very special.
This one is incredible. Absolutely incredible. I'm just going to keep staring at it so you guys can see.
It's beautiful.
And those are ethically sourced, usually by myself, coyote foot bones. So any bones are generally, I find, from animals who have passed from natural causes, and they're processed, they're cleansed both physically and energetically by me to use and give them that second life. Mm-hmm. So they're not, alongside of the road or in the middle of the woods, just laying there. They're able to kind of continue on, which I think is really beautiful.
It is beautiful.
The funny part is that a long time ago, I didn't really like taxidermy or that kind of thing. And I thought about it, and someone said to me exactly somewhat of what you had said, that there is a form of like a rejuvenation of something. Someone
Absolutely.
has the opportunity to appreciate it in a way. Otherwise, it would have been just thrown in for something or left on the side of the road to decay. And
absolutely,
the beauty of it is there now.
Yeah.
So
do you cleanse the stones before you work with them?
So I cleanse the stones as soon as I get home, just because they've been through a lot, and I really like to do a lot of cleansing on them. So I generally will have them lie in dirt. It's one of my favorite ways to cleanse and charge a crystal. And I'll do some smoke cleansing. And I'm also a Reiki master. So I will clear the stones out with Reiki. And then I will recharge them with Reiki as well.
I did not know that.
Yes.
It's a process.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That is beautiful.
That's what I'm saying. Like, these aren't just beautiful.
That's why they're special pieces.
They're beyond. They're magical.
I put a lot of energy into having them like cleansed and clear and charged. And if I'm not having a great day, I usually don't touch my stones to make jewelry. I just think it's not like it's unethical, but I don't want any of my sludge in there. I don't want any of my bad energy, chaotic, sad, whatever it is, infused into something that someone's going to wear. So if I'm having a bad day, I go outside. I don't make jewelry. Sometimes that happens, you know?
Yeah. Have you ever had a stone that was just like, no, this one's not making it. This one's not cleansed. This one's not getting cleaned up.
Those ones. So I did have a batch, and it's why I prefer to shop in person. I did have a batch I got online, and this was like 2 years ago. And I had to bury them in my backyard for weeks.
Wow.
It was just the energy. It was like they had almost no energy. It wasn't even that it was bad or I got bad vibes or anything like that. There was just like no life pulse inside the crystal, which I can usually feel. And I had to bury them for about 3 weeks. And then when I dug them up, they were kind of like, okay, we're ready now. Like, we're good to go.
They're just hibernating.
Yup. They just needed to like relax for a little bit.
Did you ever have to throw out a stone because there was just so much anger to it that, or something bad?
No, I always find crystals will really shut down. If there is that toxic of an environment, they'll usually just kind of like Genevieve said, like they'll hibernate. They're just going to shut down until they're like reawakened.
Okay.
So what do you think is the best way if someone someone buys this absolutely beautiful Bone Queen necklace, which you should, because they're pretty much mind, right?
Yeah.
What would you recommend that someone do when they take this precious sweetheart home?
I always recommend that people, and it would go with like any object or crystal that you would use in like your practice or in a close way. Even if you were wearing it, it's going to be close to your body. Cleanse it with some smoke, your favorite smoking herb. I love rosemary. I think it's pretty powerful. Rue is excellent as well. And cleanse it and then just sit with it for a little bit. It doesn't have to be 3-hour long meditation. Take 2 or 3 minutes and then just feel like connect to its energy. Because then once you're kind of bonded that way, it's going to work that much harder for you.
So do you think that people need to take advantage of the moon cycles or anything, or is it outside?
I think charging under the moon is really excellent. I love to charge under the full moon. If I'm, let's say, doing manifesting work, what I really love to do, if it's like a manifesting crystal, let's say like the malachite that John was just showing you, I would take that under the new moon, plant my seeds right down in my intentions with that stone with me while I'm wearing it. So it kind of knows what we're doing here. And if you want to program your crystal, your stone, you can just tell it like, hey, I am trying to manifest a new job and I am doing X, Y, and Z. I need you to help me do this. And you'll feel silly at first talking to objects that are not people, but the more you do it, the more you realize how you bond with them and how they will work harder for you because they feel like they have this bond now. It's not like a stranger. A stranger is not going to work harder for you than your best friend is. So you kind of want to really, really bond with them. And I really do love like the manifesting crystals under the new moon.
You know, I have to say, you know, knowing that other process, which I did not know, not that it mattered to me because I think that your stuff is absolutely stunning. And
Thank you.
Shop nonstop with them.
He's still shopping now.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I definitely think that there's no amount of money for some of the stuff on how, you know, that
thank you.
time and effort, and you know, you do the cleansing, you unite them on who they need to be, as a piece of art, and I just think that the volumes of it you're worth more than you give yourself credit kind of thing.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
But I think you're amazing, and I'm not just saying it because I love you, but I'm just saying it because I.
Thank you. You're amazing too.
Don't do anything. But I just like, you know, understanding all of this. So, the thing that I never asked before, what made you come up with your name for your business? Was there a reason or something behind it? Is that your favorite stone or?
Yeah, so if I break it down for you, the Dark Amethyst Moon is the moon that I was born under. I was born under a new moon or the dark moon, and so that's where the dark came from. And amethyst is my birthstone because I was born in February.
Ah,
And the moon is one of my biggest inspires me so much. So it just kind of like came together when I was thinking of a name.
I love it.
It's so pretty.
That's
Thank
great.
you. Thanks.
So, out of all the stones that you've know of and been like, what's your favorite? Like, I know that's gonna be difficult. How about
It's like picking your favorite child.
Yeah.
That's like the only, I don't have kids, so it's the closest thing I can think of because they're all my babies.
Or what's your bucket list stone? Like, what's the one that you would like want to get your hands on?
Oh, I know what it is.
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday.
So, definitely the Australian fire opal that we saw in particular. But my number one bucket list stone would be Alexandrite natural. That's my wife's birthstone. That's Sati's birthstone. And so I'm always in the hunt. We have a very tiny, it looks like a piece of dust. It's that rare. And so ring size pieces, jewelry pieces go for, $50,000 to $100,000. It's an extremely rare stone. So I would love to find one day to make her a piece with.
Oh, that's cool. And if you guys ever get a chance to meet them at any place, the two of them are just lovely.
Thank you.
So my other question is, do you have anything that's like up and coming that, people can see some new jewelry besides your Instagram and stuff like that if you want to?
Any in person?
So I do have something up and coming. I have a partnership that I just signed a contract on with a PR company in the city that has a celebrity stylist showroom.
Wow.
And my pieces will be featured in there starting July of this year. So I'm super, super excited about that.
You should be. That's amazing. That really
Thank you.
But I think you deserve it. Like,
absolutely.
100%. I think the stuff is great. It deserves it.
Thank you.
Pop up at the parlor.
Oh.
Wait, what?
It's coming up. Another pop up.
Oh, absolutely. I'm totally down. We always have so much fun.
We do.
It's really a good time.
The fun part is that, like all of us are like married. It's like you and whatever. It's like, you and Danny and then, Sasi and Mallory and me and Rick. We all get along. We all act like we've
known absolutely
each other for a long time, which is
absolutely
rare.
Slumber party,
but I think it's very rare. That kind of thing is rare at our age to find someone that you
but I'm only 29.
I'm 12, so
no, it is. I think it speaks to partially. I think it speaks to the power that the parlor has because we seem to just be drawing the right people at the right time and the right energy at the right time. But I think
absolutely
the other part of it too is that when we're meeting people with like-minded interests, we already have that foundation,
right?
Absolutely.
Right. I think that really helps, and there's a part of it that the universe is just bringing the right people together.
Right. I mean, I'm not saying like Danny or my husband or Sati. I just think that you two inspire me to be better.
Oh, thank you.
But
I know I'm sending you a hug too.
I know, but it's true. It's true. I mean, people go through a lot, and for a short period of time, we've been through a hell of a lot.
Yeah,
we've still got rocky road, but like Mallory listens to me like Like we've known each
When-
other since
When
birth.
he's not talking to me, I know he's talking to you.
Yep, I know. We have like shifts.
3 hours.
Like Genevieve's at work. I gotta call Mallory. Yep.
But I love talking to her. It's fascinating. I mean, it's fascinating. The stones that like learning about the names, and it just I found, you know, when with the New Moon Academy and with Genevieve, I just found it like I was like chaos, but I had an idea in my head, like, you know, but like everything's gonna go all over the place. But what I know now, and as I start to practice a little bit differently and
Mhm.
sort of think,
And actually practice. You're actually practicing now,
Yes.
which
trying.
is amazing.
Just so cool.
But thank you both. But the stones fascinate me, and the herb stuff fascinate me, and I am a healer in a way. I do want other people to feel better about
Of
themselves
course.
and
Absolutely.
draw that and take that away kind of
Mhm.
thing, which is what I'm learning to do, is not keep it.
Yep.
It makes me miserable.
Yes, that's
Absolutely.
that's one of the
That's the
very first
hardest part.
steps.
And I think the hardest part is that loving yourself is a very difficult thing, but to have
It
friends
can
like
be.
too,
We
it's
love
a
It
you.
lot
can be.
better. It's a lot better.
I love you.
So, Violet.
You're doing really good.
We're all gonna cry.
I know.
I do, but I do.
We're crying
I'm-
around these beautiful stones. It's
I'm
not-
grateful. That's all.
We are
But I'm
too.
grateful, and I think that your stuff is totally the best thing. And I don't really
petting
care
us.
if anybody comes for me, because come for me. I
I'm
just think
petting
I
you.
love I love every piece.
I know.
It's
She
all
says
one
so.
of a kind, right?
Look at that one.
They're all one of a kind. Yeah.
This one. Oh, this one
The
takes my.
rainbow obsidian I love rainbow obsidian so much.
This is very similar to the first piece that I got from you.
Yes.
Blew my mind.
That
And
was
I
in
wear-
my collection.
I wear her very often.
She's
Yes, she does.
it's such a great stone.
Yeah, but the funny part is that I'll walk into the store and she'll come in and I'll do this. I'll be like,
He doesn't even have to do this. It's the first place my eyes go to. Is what's the stone that he's wearing.
I'm like, ha
But-
ha. Mine.
Do you have a story on the stone chance?
What was that? I'm sorry.
The rainbow obsidian?
So rainbow obsidian is actually really cool. The rainbow effect is caused by like trapped gas bubbles in the lava
Oh,
as it
cool.
cools. And so it makes that really cool sheen effect. And so rainbow obsidian is not only protective, but it brings happiness and joy. And it's also a good like manifesting stone for like all of the happy things that you want in your life.
So this shape, is that carved or is that
So
like
that's carved to accentuate the banding of the rainbow in it.
cool? So it's not like a star sapphire that you get like that.
No.
That's another one of my favorites. If you ever see
Oh
a
yeah.
sapphire, let me know.
Oh yeah. They're so gorgeous. And a really fun fact about sapphire is that it's called it's a corundum, and it's actually just a blue ruby. They're actually the same stone except they're different colors.
That's my
Because I have a thing for star rubies, but I'm on the hunt for star sapphires.
I have a beautiful star sapphire ring that my mom gave me. That was her engagement ring. So it's really
Oh, that's beautiful.
special. Very special.
That's so special.
So is there any other like shows or something that people might be able to get an opportunity to come and stop by and buy a piece?
So I'm doing so not this Saturday, next Saturday. I'll be in Philadelphia at the World Oddities Expo.
Cool.
So I'll have an array of jewelry on Saturday. And then on Friday to Sunday, I'm doing an online show with Darksome Craft Market. And I will have a very huge collection available on Friday.
Excellent. Is that on your website by chance?
That'll be at my website.
Cool.
Cool. That's exciting.
It is exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited.
We kind of talked a little bit about herbs. because you did a fabulous herb class
Yeah.
with us a few weeks ago.
Thank you. That was so fun.
I love the herbs. Do you have
Me
any
too.
favorites aside from rosemary? I know we talked about rosemary. Any of your favorite herbs?
I'll say rosemary and rue are I love rue. I'm just really drawn to that herb. Really good for removing stubborn, stagnant energy. It can be used in exorcisms. Really good at removing everything. So that way you can kind of reset your own intention. So I'd say that's a really powerful baby.
That's kind of interesting. I never heard of rue. So rue is
We have
from
rue. We have rue here.
but I never heard
I know,
I never really
he
used
doesn't
it.
he doesn't hang out with the herbs too much yet.
I'm still playing with
He's
stones.
still playing with he will never break away from the stones.
I don't think so. No, it's so hard to.
You remember?
He's like a dragon.
Yes. Do you remember?
Yep. Yep.
Here, this will give you an insight. Do you remember the crow from Secret of Nim?
Yeah.
Remember how he goes, sparkles? That's me.
That's you. Yeah.
Oh, that
me.
is totally
I will
you.
That is you.
Fly anywhere to buy get sparkly things. Maybe I was a crow in my life.
I think you are a crow now.
Yep. Agreed.
Because forget it. People like, if I had something and someone goes, "Are you buying that?" Yes, get away from me.
Oh my gosh.
Do I know you? Leave me alone.
Guys, to be honest with you, I gathered these up from the pieces that I just showed from our cabinet here. I'm surprised that they're still here, that he hasn't taken them home.
Yeah, me too. But he has a lot at home. I think he doesn't have the room.
Not making room for the new ones.
There was one that we had here for a little while. It sold pretty quick. It was a giant dagger.
I have one.
I know you have one. Yeah, if you have,
Of course he does.
Oh, the swords.
oh
yeah, I'm definitely going to work on more swords. I really like those. Because they're excellent for like even just cleansing your aura, because they have the crystal attached, so you can cleanse your aura with it, or if you're on the go or when you get home. So it's definitely more than just a piece of jewelry, and you can do that with the crystal point necklaces too.
Yeah,
I mean, besides the fact that Mallory does the stones and the golds and the bones, there are larger pieces that she does with like other parts of animals, like the spines and claws. I have a claw.
Yeah, you have a claw. You have a foot too, I think.
I have two, claw and a
one
foot.
of each. But I think that just goes back to highlight what we were just talking. It's not just jewelry. There's like I love when things have that deeper purpose. Like, it's stunning, it's beautiful, but it's also practical.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's also practical.
It's obsessive. I have that it's mine syndrome. Like
it's practical. I need it.
Yeah, well, exactly. Exactly.
The Parlour. Go on her website.
Really
she has beautiful items. I mean, this stuff is beautiful. It amazes me how intricate and how creative she is with the pieces and the stuff. That I always feel if something makes you gasp, you should buy it.
I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more.
And how many times do I gasp?
A lot.
I'm like, if you hear me go, and then I go, no, don't worry, calm down, calm down. Don't make anybody
oh my gosh.
forward first. Hello.
There's a whole psychological component right there.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh.
And the funny part is that, I got myself more involved in the drag world, and Mallory has seen some of those pieces, and they're Jagunda.
Oh my goodness, they are.
And I have an obsession with that too.
You're telling? Wait, are you telling me like I don't know? Like, I haven't watched you on your auctions?
I'm fascinated. It's fascinating that I've always looked at a stone, no matter if it's these kind or like real
Swarovski
stones. Yep. I've always looked at it, and it just gives me this sense of comfort and a sense of just joy.
Pretty.
It's just
that's beautiful.
I can look at a diamond, because that's my birthstone. I can look at a diamond forever. If it's sparkly as hell,
He really
Look at it. I really am. I think I really am. I don't know.
So those of you who are just joining us, we've learned that John is in fact a crow.
Yep. Which is just, it's great. I think that's because it's really funny. If you ever go out with me shopping, I don't go to the guys first. I go right to the jewelry, and then I love looking at the females' things because I think that they have such amazing opportunities to be so creative with their outfits. But like with jewelry, a jewelry should be an expression of who you are.
Oh,
absolutely.
And I always look at people's things, and like I always compliment if I see someone like, oh my God, that's gorgeous.
And then he
because
tries to
it's
steal
amazing.
it.
Because it makes
Yep.
the day, but if it really is beautiful, you should start telling somebody stuff
Oh,
like
definitely.
I agree.
Because I like to hear it if I'm wearing something.
Yeah.
Someone says, "Oh my God, that's awesome." Because
Well,
I'm usually wearing.
You want to know
Mallory
that somebody
stuff.
else wants it.
I do, and I go, "This is mine."
It's mine.
Like the seagulls from The Little Mermaid. Mine.
Oh my gosh.
So John is a seagull and
I'm
and a
half
crow.
seagull. Half
Yup.
crow.
He's a hybrid.
That says mine and takes everything that sparkles. But
I have another question.
Yep.
Have you ever made a piece that you had every intention of selling, but you just couldn't? It was yours and you couldn't part with it.
Believe it or not, all of the pieces that I own in my personal jewelry wardrobe, I didn't realize I was keeping them until I was finished with it. And then if I put it on, I'm usually keeping it. And it's not many. I really do think John has more than me. I don't have a ton of pieces, but the ones that I have are I'm bonded to them. So
that makes sense.
Like that gorgeous piece you wore last night.
Yes, I have to make more of those because once I put her on, that was it. I was like, okay.
I'm going to say this.
Picture of that.
That one was a gay gasp. Sorry. It really was. It's just you looked at it and went.
Thank you. I'm very proud of that one. She is really beautiful and super powerful.
So you came yesterday with another new friend of the parlor. Her name was Beth. And I have to tell you, she came prior to you coming. And I said, she was wearing one and said, Mallory made that? And she goes, yes. And I said, why didn't I see that? And why is that not mine?
It looked like she had a scrying mirror on.
She had the scrying coffin on.
Yeah.
But can you tell her?
Two pieces.
Yes, but tell them what that was because there's a whole story to this one.
So occasionally, aside from my altar tools, some pieces just have a higher purpose and a stronger purpose than just a healing crystal piece of jewelry. So that one was specifically to be a scry, but also a communication tool to the spirit world in communication, like spirit communication. So those pieces, when they tell me what their purpose is, I'll channel an activation ritual, and I'll make a loose incense blend to accompany that. And it's not all the time. It's when they tell me. I have no control over it. But that was one of the first activation pieces that I made last year.
Do you tell people that are buying them the backstory or anything like that?
So I usually I'll usually post that on Instagram. My followers are really fantastic. They really love to know this stuff. And then in the listing on my website, I will explain what the intention is, what the purpose is, and that it comes with a ritual. And when they receive it, they get everything. I send the typed ritual and a charcoal disc, sometimes a small candle if that's required, and then the loose incense. So they have everything. They don't need to do anything.
That's amazing.
And the funny part is that Beth told us or told me that she was supposed to name it.
Yes. So the pieces generally will tell the owner or the keeper their name. Sometimes they don't tell me their name. Sometimes they do. But sometimes they're supposed to start their work and then they tell their keeper the name.
Do you have names?
They haven't talked to me yet.
They all say, I belong to John. That's
I
their
I
names.
just belong to John.
Mine.
We're getting
I'm
there.
John's.
They're all
No, I'm
called-
John's.
They're all called mine, he said.
They're all mine. They're all mine. So I am greedy when it comes to them. I can't help it.
They're beautiful.
I know, but
Thank you.
Which, like, how do you?
how do I decide? Or
They scream
I
to
think
you.
that if I made jewelry like Mallory, I would never sell any.
No, you wouldn't. You would keep. You would be
I would
sitting on a
I would
pile
look like
of
Mr.
jewelry.
T.
You would be sitting on a pile of jewelry in your
Right.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Donald Duck.
Yep.
Donald Duck, like Daffy Duck. When he was in the
Scrooge McDuck, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Scrooge
Well,
McDuck.
Scrooge
Oh my
McDuck.
gosh. Yep.
I have no money. If you'd like to give, there's a GoFundMe. No.
for John's jewelry.
John's Jewelry habit.
I
have
love
the-
it.
I have that ruby piece that Danny got for me for
your
my
birthday.
Oh, that one's so flashy. Oh, she's beautiful.
I cried when he gave me that.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Because I've been staring at it here in the shop, and then when he gave it to me,
Yes.
That's beautiful. That makes me so happy.
So really, I know that we could talk to you forever, and we don't want to keep up, take your whole night up. But we were talking earlier today in regards to like the snake kind of thing, and I had said I cannot believe that there's been a lot more snake kind of jewelry and snake motif and snake everything, and that I'm fascinated by it, although I don't want to touch one that's real, but whatever. But the jewelry aspect of it. And then I loved what you had said because it makes sense in my journey spiritually. So can you tell us?
Oh, yeah. So, I always think of snakes because of the shedding of the skin, and it's like shedding. It can be shedding layers. It can be shedding beliefs that are no longer serving you. It's like the true transformation into, becoming who you're supposed to be. And it's like just when you think you know who that is, you're shedding again and you're transforming again.
But I thought that was beautiful. I really honestly thought it just touched me because of the fact that I am trying to move forward and be the better self.
You're not trying, you are.
I am.
You are. You're doing it. You're doing it.
We're doing it.
I am. But I have good people that I've surrounded myself with that I can look. You look back at the past and you look and you go, oh, God, why did I even bother hanging out with this type of person?
Oh, yeah.
And then you look back at what you've cultivated now. Because back then, I think you wanted to hide your real true self and become a minion.
Yep.
And then now it's like there's so many transformations, like, a caterpillar to a butterfly, or to a moth, and you're just spreading your wings and you're just flying. And if someone likes it or doesn't, who cares?
It's not their problem.
It's not judgment from them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It doesn't stop them from flying.
Right.
Yep.
You're still going to fly. So I think it's great.
I think that's also one of the, not to go back to our space here, but I'm going to go back to our space here. I think that's one of the really amazing things about what we're creating is that it gives people the space to transform, to even just bringing a piece home from here can be part of a transformation, right? Because it's so
absolutely
so unique that it's a reflection of I just saw somebody over there on the corner.
Great.
Oh boy.
Sorry,
but
distracted from what I was saying.
But I get that, and I get that. That's the fact is that that's what I think you get from these pieces.
Absolutely,
from them as well. You walk away remembering that you went to somewhere, but there is a connection with these pieces. I mean, like what is this one that we did together?
So that one, so John designed that one. He picked out the stone and the placement and everything. And that's an angel aura selenite snake and a blue kyanite cabochon.
We love blue kyanite. Yeah, but the other ones that we're talking about, what was that one? I love it. Night.
Oh, the Nightshade Blue Tara. That's a really good one. That's a newer find out of Brazil, and it's absolutely gorgeous.
I said, don't bother, it's mine.
I don't get emotionally attached to
I have
anything.
more, Genevieve. Don't worry.
But my husband always says to me, "What am I going to do with all this jewelry?" I said, "Throw it in the coffin. Let somebody dig for it. They'll think I was famous."
Be like
Who's this Egyptian?
like a pharaoh.
But maybe I'll be infused and be on a, like all the jewelry would infuse to my bone, and then I'll be laid out on a museum.
Like those.
Yeah.
You could put that in your final request.
What to put?
Let's make that happen for John.
Yes, we're gonna make that happen. Don't worry.
You're older. Not you, Genevieve.
I'm not.
Oh my God.
Anyway, back to the transformative process of the parlor.
But I think that there are things that I think all of us have transformed into something, and I think it's an amazing transformation because you can actually touch it.
Yeah.
It's really a tangible type of situation. So, which is good. And I think that that's great.
And you support small business.
Absolutely.
Which is also really cool.
And you get a beautiful piece because there's no one else I think does what she does. And I'm going to say that because I know. But we have conversations all the time, and I go on my tangents of you should do this. Oh, you should do this. Well, what about that?
I'll give you a very long list of.
But I'll have to tell you, and I don't know if she's.
Oh yeah.
Say it, but I think it's great. I don't know. Did you want to say what I said, or no?
John, which thing that you said?
Exactly. Thank you.
I'm like, is this a trick question?
The line that we thought would be great.
Oh, the feral line. Yeah, so that's a line John and I were talking about, and it's really kind of just like a primal, reawakening, empowering line that's more on, I'm envisioning it more on the rustic side with like chest plates, kind of bones and chains, and just something that everyone is going to stop you over.
Correct. And I just thought that.
You are feral.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it would just be a perfect fit since we're all feral together.
But I just thought it was also the significance behind some of that was to be like, even though it was like primal and it was sort of feral, but it was also an empowerment.
Yeah.
It was
absolutely
from a female perspective. I was doing it that way because I felt that it was something that I thought would be really savage in a way, but sort of inspiring.
Absolutely.
So I didn't mean for you to say it if you didn't want to.
Oh, it's fine. No, it's totally fine.
I did. At first we laughed because it was kind of funny.
Oh, we were cracking up. Yeah.
But I like, it's like that Macy's commercial. You know how they go, new feral, only your perfume destination.
On that note, we should be.
Oh yeah, we should let her go. I mean, we've been an hour.
Yeah.
See how fast that went?
You're right. I was worried, but you're right.
I think it's great. I mean, and just so you guys know, we will keep you in the loop. Go check out her stuff.
Thank you so much for having me on, guys.
Fill up your basket.
Yeah.
Yeah, put it in the basket.
She takes Afterpay.
So does the parlor.
Yes.
So does the parlor.
Yes.
But they're beautiful, and everything has a meaning, and the meaning has.
I'm trying not to look like Home Shopping Network.
No. Only one, ladies.
It's only one.
Grab it while it's hot.
Mallory, as always,
We
It's
love
so
you.
wonderful.
Thank
We
you.
do love
I
you.
love you guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for
Thank
spending
you.
time with us.
Thank
And we're
you. Have a
nuts.
good one.
Yeah, we're nuts.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks,
Bye.
everybody.
Thank you. See you next Parlor Tea.
Bye.